Good morning, welcome to Going to Ground. My name's Andrew Rumsey. Welcome to Wiltshire. These little films are a kind of daily journal building up over the last year. And this morning I've been following the River Kennet along the A4 and found the remains of an old, I think, mill house by the Kennet with a brick construction to allow for a mill race where the waters can charge round and strike a wheel and turn it more powerfully. But there's almost nothing left of the house itself, just very lumpy bricks and rocks covered in moss. You know, when you find it, if funnily enough I've done this the last 2 mornings, when you stumble upon an old building and there's this sort of lumpy green hill that you realise beneath you is a collapsed wall. Nature reclaims things quite quickly, really. It just looked at first like any other green and brown bit of nature. Well, I've come up this path to withdraw from the surprisingly busy Bath Road, and this is a familiar and favourite haunt for Going to Ground. There's a lovely old barn up here beyond which is a megalithic site called Devil's Den, which if you've seen this before you'll know I often film from. And as you can see, it's a really lovely foggy morning. I love the mist. I really like a foggy morning. I realise I launch out into a foggy morning. There's something about, I think especially at the moment, I love the sense of disappearing into it. In life on screen at the moment, there is a great deal of immediacy. So we're facing each other's faces all the time, but in the normal choreography of life, there are obscure moments where you turn aside, where you look out of a window in a room with other people, or you gaze away in order to think. You're not always just like, there you are, like that. And there's something quite, for me anyway, quite draining about the constant face-to-face, which feels as if we're under scrutiny. Perhaps that's why, especially at the moment, I love to escape in the morning to a place of obscurity, and the mist just adds to that and allows for it. You can just melt away into the countryside, and I just find that a deeply consoling thing. Still a great gift to discover that and to have places where there are a few people. I'm very aware that that's a personality type thing, and many of us are longing for other people, and I do too. But I do love finding a place where there's nobody about, apart from, as we were talking last week, the odd pheasant. Look at these trees. I love the outline of these winter trees. I took pictures of these 3 trees last week on my Instagram feed, and if you're interested, do follow me there. Again, I keep a bit of a daily log of things and put the poem up there from yesterday as well. I think we'll stop, and I'm going to read a bit of a psalm. Today's psalm from the prayer book, suitable poetic reading about the world about us and the sky above us. Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. One day telleth another, and one night certifieth another. There is neither speech nor language, but their voices are heard among them. Their sound is gone out into all lands, and their words into the ends of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which cometh forth as a bridegroom out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a giant to run his course. It goeth forth from the uttermost part of the heaven, and runneth about unto the end of it again, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be always acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. I trust in the day-to-day, in the face-to-face, on screen and off, around the house and without. God will bless you as you go to ground.